We cross live now to Ntokozo Khumalo, who's standing by with the latest. Ntokozo, good afternoon. What's happening there?
Hi, Stephen. Well, as you just said, those conversations around collaboration and how the BRICS nation or the BRICS bloc could really change the world order. And one of those, of course, is the BRICS nations being identifying and realizing the growth potential of the African continent. And, of course, South Africa being a member, seen as the gateway to the rest of the continent. But how we actually see those projects and that collaboration implemented on the ground is still some detail that needs to be unpacked, and what the role of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement is when it comes to that. And to help us draw those parallels between BRICS and AfCFTA, I am now joined by George Sebulela, who is the founder and chair of the African United Business Confederation. Thank you for talking to us. The rest of the continent and how it plays into BRICS, with South Africa, of course, being the gateway to the rest of the continent. Huge conversation around that and how we get that moving. Talk us through the Confederation and some of the conversations that businesses are having in that regard.
Look, firstly, we are very excited about this event. It builds really for the past 10 years what has been achieved since inception. Some of us have been in the leadership of the BRICS Business Council. And what it really means is there's a big opportunity of collaboration and markets that could be seriously unlocked, that can benefit not only South Africa but Africa. As you heard the Secretary General today of Africa Continental Free Trade Area saying the opportunities are massive, taking into consideration that Africa has a much bigger market combined, 1.2 billion population, with a huge amount of trillions of dollars of opportunity for investment, young, middle market opportunities because of the young age of the consumers that you see in Africa. So that already creates a massive opportunity for the market in relation to the association of China, which has over 1 billion. Then you have India over 1 billion. All the three combined makes really a big market access for the SMEs. Members of AUBC, for example, can benefit quite a lot. Obviously, the elephant is in the room, is how do we get implementation to be achieved? Because as we know, there are a few challenges, particularly within the African infrastructure, in ensuring easy access and the cost of doing business.
And just talk us through, when we talk about BRICS and such programs or initiatives to fast-track trade within the continent, it's always a thing of saying, how do we make sure that it's mutually beneficial? So that if China is trading a lot more than us, it's not China that's winning, but both China and the continent. Are we making a breakthrough when it comes to that and ensuring that whatever cooperation that happens, whatever collaboration happens, and business relations being strengthened, it's mutually beneficial?
There's always an expectation that all the BRICS members must be treated equally. And yes, you're correct. Remember, China has the infrastructure and the capital in order to make sure that a lot of goods are exported to Africa rather than vice versa. So now you have the current situation of what we call the payment platform or payment system. And as you know, currently Russia and Ukraine are in a situation of war, which makes it even more difficult that the bigger market of Russia is very difficult to access now because of currency issues. And one of the most important discussions that need to take place is, are we going to have the BRICS currency that can make trade become much more easier? Are we going to have a payment system that is going to be neutral for all the members of BRICS? Because what we would like to do is when you trade in your own country, you want to use your own currency. You don't have to go and look for a dollar. And I think that's the challenges that we want to see BRICS achieving as soon as possible.
George, thank you so much, as always, for those insights. That's George Sebulela, who is the founder and chair of the Africa United Business Confederation. And Stephen, really highlighting, three issues that remain those bottlenecks of the continent, fast-tracking that trade, not only within itself, but with BRICS nations as well. The issue of infrastructure in Africa, whether that is sufficient for us to be able to improve trade, the issue around currency, as we see that the New Development Bank pushing that conversation around BRICS nations having their own currency that will help facilitate trade a lot easier as well. And some of the conversations as well, Stephen, that we've been hearing throughout the day is improving trade and business, not just for the large corporations that exist, but also SMEs on the African continent and in South Africa to be able to grow their business and industrialize their businesses further. So I will be chatting as well to some small to medium-sized businesses, as well as the township economy, which has been a key talking point as well for BRICS and AFTA, especially in emerging economies such as South Africa and Brazil. But for now, Stephen, it's back to you.